Hey, hey, Dripping Springs. It is Ashley Tullis, and we are continuing our Spotlight series on women in business with ethical businesses here in Dripping Springs. I am so excited for episode 14, season 2 of Here's the Drip. This is Miss Anne Drane, owner of Sawa Sawa, and welcome so much. I'm so excited to see you.
Thank
I
you for having me.
yeah. Tell me a little bit about yourself and what is Sawa Sawa?
Well, I'm Anne. I live here in Dripping Springs. I've lived here for 6 years now. I'm almost Texan. I was born in Kenya, and my business is a fashion line, an ethical fashion line handmade by women in Kenya. And our mission and our goal is to empower the women in Kenya, use the skills they have that have been passed down through generations to make a living that they can provide for their families and escape poverty.
What was the inspiration for this business? I mean, that's a big statement. How did it get started?
Well, when I first moved here many years ago, I missed home and I called my mom and she would go to the market and buy some earrings, some bracelets, some bags, just so I can feel I have a part of home with me. And then a lot of women started seeking out my mother, saying, "Hey, can your daughter buy more stuff? We need to pay for school. We have a sick child," and things like that. And I would just buy some random things that I didn't really need, and I could send them the money. I was working at the time, so it wasn't a big deal to send these women that need the money some money. But then I got married, had a child, started home child, and it made sense to turn it into from a hobby to an actual company. And that's when we got registered as a nonprofit corporation because we want to give back to the women, and that's how it got started.
Awesome. And how long has this business been around?
It's been around since 2014 as a hobby, as trying to see what I want to do, what direction I wanted to take. But in 2019, it became a fully registered nonprofit corporation. It's interesting. My mother got cancer at some point between there, and she could not go to the market or deal with all these heavy things. She's fine. She went into remission. But then I met Catherine, who is my partner in Kenya, and she was doing the same thing. She was inspired by the same things. We were on the same path, but she's in Kenya. She's working with the women and is looking for a way to market these products. So these women can have looking for the opposite, someone to deal with the women and create a rapport and keep things coordinated. So we came together and registered Sawa Sawa collection.
Oh, I love it. I love it. What challenges have you encountered having a business that spans a literal ocean?
Oh, shipping has been an issue until this week. We finally got a contract with DHL giving us 70% off their fees so we can put that money back to the women and to the programs. But shipping has always been a big issue. Managing the women in the rural areas when you're so far away, we've now been able to deal with that just a month ago and get over that. But mostly capital for women is very hard. When women are trying to start businesses, they're at home, they need the money, but the money needs is needed by the family too. It's marketing is challenging. You think you're going to put things out there and they'll be bought, but it's a lot of things to deal with. And technology. Every time you figure out what your website needs or what social media needs, they change the algorithm, they change everything. So every day you're dealing with what's new, what do I need to do now?
I'm chuckling. I think that's in every business. It's like just as soon as we figure out what the heck we're doing in our business, well, the game changed, so we got to
Yeah.
change too.
Yeah.
What motivates you to keep going as these hurdles keep coming your way?
Oh, the women, the stuff they make. When you look at the bags, they're so well made. They take so long, weeks to put one bag together. And you know they've put their blood and sweat into this. And you have to keep moving. If you don't move forward and make the sales and give the money back to the women, then the women have to watch their kids not have food to eat. So you just cannot stop. If you commit to helping, you have to see it through.
Absolutely, absolutely. Gosh, that's a big motivator. Woo. What is the best advice that you had received starting this business that you could pass on to other women entrepreneurs?
Resiliency. They say success is resiliency in a different way. If you do something small every day, if you try to keep up with the challenges every day, you don't have to do much. You just have to make that post for your social media that day, or deal with that issue with your website, or reply to some emails, but do something every day. If you out and you need to step away, just do it, knowing it's part of the process. You just need to step back, observe, and see what your company needs and what you need to do next, and then come back in recharged and keep going. Just keep going. Don't give up.
So understanding some more of the drivers behind your business, let's talk about the fun stuff. What does Sawa Sawa have to offer? What are your products?
Oh, we offer such awesome stuff. The women make a. If you look at any pictures of women in Africa, especially in Kenya, when you're doing a safari, you see all these women with beads and leather and all that. And our team in Kenya is able to design like they're small, big. They're very colorful or neutral. We have bracelets, we have earrings, but mostly we have the bags. The bags are very interesting because they are made from organic, natural fiber from sisal. The agave plant that we use in Texas to make tequila.
Yeah.
Inside it's a lot of fiber, and that's what they take out. They dry and they make it, they dye it with beetroot or onion or flowers to give all the different colors, and they weave it into bags. So they are very good, very durable, very beautiful bags, and they're trimmed with leather that the women get from their own cows. Kill the cow for food, the leather goes into the bags, and and the straps and the flaps, they're made from leather. But I love the bags because they're so sustainable, so eco-friendly, so futuristic if you think about it. It's from 1,000 years ago, but it's where we should be heading, to where we get from nature and we respect nature.
So I think this would be a good time to ask. So, as you know, I wanted to start this series and highlight women who own ethical businesses, but ethical is such an umbrella term. What does ethical mean to you?
Well, I have a very specific view of what ethical means to me, because my company, we respect the people that make it. The women are in their own environment. We do not mess with them or tell them what to do. We just go to them, create a rapport and an understanding, and they make the bags for us. And it also means using sustainable, eco-friendly materials, which we mostly get from nature, without destroying the plant or uprooting any plant. So it means the people are respected, the environment is respected, fair wages. We buy all these bags at a very fair wage. We do not hassle them. We're like, how much do you feel the value of this bag is? And we pay that. So we make sure that everybody in that circle of commerce has what they deserve and the value they bring to the table.
What are the impacts that Sawa Sawa has had on these women?
Oh, a lot. And that's why we can never stop. And when you talk to Lillian and Angelica, they'll tell you the same thing, because all these women need the money. And the economies in third world countries are not where you can just go to McDonald's and wash dishes and make some money. If you don't make money that day, you don't eat that day. So a lot of women are able to not be dependent on men. They're able to have choices. They're able to go out there and feed other businesses when their own crafting businesses make some money. So it gives to the economy where they are. At the same time, we use a lot of the money that we make to buy sanitary pads for girls in school, in high schools and primary schools, which is middle school here and high school. And so they're able to go to school, because a lot of these girls take a week off every month
Mhm.
from school, and they can have school when they're very young, 13, 14, 15, and they become another mouth to feed to their families. And so they're married off to the next guy who's looking for the seventh wife in exchange for a few heads of goats or cows. And
Oh my
so
gosh.
when we make sure that they're staying in school and they're taking these weeks they could have taken off in school, they get a chance to grow a little older in school, be able to make choices in school, be able to have their bodies ready to be women while they're not actual women. And I think that's what's most near and dear to our hearts. It was Catherine's idea. She's my partner, but since I've been doing it, I've been seeing how unbuttoning it is to the women, and we prepare all these girls to become future women who have better choices and better chances.
Oh, that's fantastic. Wow. I've read some statistics that in countries where girls who have started menstruating, if they don't have access to those products, not only are they missing out on that week of school, but not too long after that, they just quit going altogether.
Oh yeah, yeah, almost immediately because you can never catch up.
Yeah, yeah. I think that is so impactful. Miss Ann, before we sign off, how can we be a support system to the female business owners here in Dripping Springs? How can we support your business?
We have gotten a lot of support and a lot of positive feedback. Our customers are from Dripping Springs in Austin, so we are so grateful. But what more you can do is networking and empowering. Our next goal is going into retail outlets. We've been selling retail, we've been selling wholesale to some boutiques, but now we want to go bigger because the more we buy from the women, the more impact we make. So if you know anyone who can help us in any way to get into retail outlets, or if you have any ideas, any comments, if you have any ideas about our website, what you try to do but were not able to do, or to us and let us know how we can be better.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, I'm hoping that this video will be seen by quite a few folks in the community. So if you yourself have an idea, you can just message Miss Ann or drop it in the comments. This is just such a cool business that you've started and homegrown right here, helping like an entire population across the world. That is incredible. Before we sign off, did you want to share any last parting words with our community, Miss Ann?
Oh, it's been so much fun being in Dripping Springs. It's like our own little world here. We love going to drink under the oaks. It's such a good, unique lifestyle, and we really love it here. And it's been so nice being someone of a different color to be accepted with nothing coming towards us that's negative. We are an interracial, white husband, black wife, biracial daughter, and you never know it. It's been nice, and we love it, and we thank you. We're grateful.
Well, I am just so honored and humbled to live in the same community where such a powerful woman in business is making such an impact. So thank you so much for your time today. I hope to run into you having a drink under the oaks for a big hug soon.
We ran into each other in 12 Fox.
Yeah, we sure did.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
sure did. I think that might have been Foxtoberfest,
Yes, that
perhaps.
was it. Yeah,
So that happened, that was last year. It's been too long.
yeah.
Way too long. But for now, that concludes today's episode of Here's the Drip with Miss Ann, owner of Sawa Sawa. There's some information below that you can click and go check out her stuff. And we'll see you soon, Dripping Springs. Thank you so much, Ann.
Thank you.
All right, bye bye.
Bye.